Hello Eco Info Booth community. With this video, I wanted to reach out to you all and thank all of the organizations responsible for generating the success of our collective community service festival, Earth to E-Town. We apologize for not reaching out earlier. We had to take a break, my wife Kelsey and I, for a few weeks afterwards because this was a huge endeavor for us to undertake. Like most of you, we were volunteering to take on this event. So at this point, we're slowly gathering footage and compiling data. I did want to share some observations with you, as well as some statistics that I collected. Also at the end, I wanted to get some of your input on a few key things. So just to share some statistics, I'll get right into it. The festival engaged over 200 plus volunteers from the community, 175 of which were from the litter cleanup event. Those volunteers were from all age groups, all the way from toddlers all the way up to senior citizens. Families as well as businesses were engaged in the event. The amount of litter cleaned up totaled an astounding 1,800 pounds, a large portion of which was recyclables. So thank you so much to the Elizabethtown Rotary Club, Glenn Boutte especially, for taking on the lead for that, the logistics. And so 1,800 pounds of litter cleaned up, that's incredible. And by the way, that was in a space of 2 hours. We didn't do this all day. It was 2 hours, 1,800 pounds. It's almost a ton. The drug take-back accumulated over 55 pounds of medicine from the community. The event itself, in a total, raised at least $1,800 for nonprofits in the community. One of our tables from the Eco Info booths, thank you, Wendy, for sharing, had at least 350 visits from community members. And I know for a fact that I saw people swarming that table. People had to walk around that particular booth because it was so busy. Food sales. We sold out over 3 trucks during the event. You may have noticed that some of the trucks stopped serving food around 12:30. That's because there was no more food left. A 4th truck sold out to 2 or 3 times. They said they had to refill and resupply 3 times during the event to continue to serve food to visitors. So we all but sold out 4 trucks. Based on our estimates with sales, photos, as well as raffles, we believe that we reached approximately 1,500 visitors from the community during the course of the event. So long story short, my wife Kelsey started this project back in 2019. She had a vision to create a community service event and create a community organization that as a whole would engage, educate, and energize the community. And the bottom line is that we achieved those goals. We achieved them last year for our first event, and we most definitely did it this year. I know we achieved those goals because not only with those numbers that I shared, but I don't mean to sound cliche, but while you all were being swarmed by community members at the Eco Info booths, I was witnessing magic, okay? I saw kids enthusiastically learning and playing during the event. I saw senior citizens asking questions. I saw parents, busy parents, just enjoying themselves with their kids, all for the people who are either having fun or learning or doing both, and we couldn't have done that without you all. So just wanted to share one story after the event, which I think encapsulated some of the impact in the immediate time period around the event. After the festival was over, we went over to the Black Griffin restaurant for takeout. At the cash register, we were checking out, and there were 3 tables at the event, or at the restaurant, that were all separate families, okay? And they were all very loudly and enthusiastically sharing their own stories simultaneously about the Earth to E-Town Festival. And they're all about Eco Info booths, okay? The one table was about the Master Gardeners, okay? The other table was about the National Wildlife Federation / Lancaster Conservancy table that had the free trees. So they were really excited about having the free trees. That was a hit. The Master Gardeners Hotline was what they were talking about at the other table. And the third table was talking about the bee guy and how they were learning so much about bees at the event. So I'm sure there was much more discussed there, but I just wanted to shout out to those tables, as well as everybody, for how awesome that was. And it's just exciting to hear strangers talking about the festival that we planned that night. So very, very cool. Specifically, we wanted to shout out and thank all the folks in the background for promoting the event. Everyone worked towards promoting the event. It was a group effort. So specifically, I wanted to shout out to the faith community. You all came out and supported us so strongly. It was really amazing what you did for us. Your tables were amazing. But also in terms of promotion and spreading the word, Elizabethtown area communities that care, regional, E-Town College, Beck's Critter Capture, Ethan Beck. He was a huge piece of our success from the start. Penn State, all the other groups that were there, Lancaster Creative Reuse. Anyhow, so specifically I wanted to thank David Bound, Dr. David Bound from Elizabethtown College. He and his colleagues were wonderful resources for us, but David was here with us from the first festival and continues to advise us and lead us. So thank you, Dave. Lastly, I wanted to mention that in my mind, we are still in the growth phase of this event. Okay, so if this year was 10 times the size, I said I want to make this year 10 times the size as last year. Next year, I don't know if we're going to go 10 times, but we're easily going to go 10 times the size of this event in future years. That we are growing, and we're going to diversify our impact of what we did within this community, and we're going to expand our network of partnerships. We want to hear your ideas about how we can build this project out and make it better. I have a lot of ideas, and we're going to be working on a lot of different projects, but I really want to hear your input. Please email us any constructive feedback that you might have as well. We want to hear pros and cons. It's okay, we have thick skin. I want to know what went wrong, and we can fix these things. Everything can be fixed and be better next year. Also, like I told you the story about being at the Black Griffin restaurant, if you have any personal stories or anecdotes of success that you could share with us, please share them. Any metrics of success that you have as well, such as money raised for any foundations that you're raising money for, number of pamphlets handed out, any tallies of interactions that you might have, things like that. We'd love if you could share those with us. And then lastly, team photos that you have, or any general photos of the event, please share those as well. We're trying to create an archive of memories and resources about each event. My conclusion from all this is that there's a pent-up demand in this town for people to learn, serve their neighbors, and then throw a party to celebrate it. Listen, I'm a pharmacist, and my practice is medicine. But I also know that volunteerism can be one of the best forms of medicine out there. Volunteerism has been shown in studies to improve depression, despair, lower anxiety, increase a sense of purpose and satisfaction in life, as well as improve metabolic markers and all kinds of other good stuff. And engaging large quantities of people in this town like this, and if we do this consistently year after year, we can slowly change a culture for the better. And not just our town, any town. In my opinion, this unconditional public service is a great way at creating a more kind, generous, and receptive people. And receptive people are more open to learning, and you all know as educators that education is the way we change our world. One of the first things that Kelsey and I came up with here with this whole Earth Day community service event idea was that we wanted the Eco Info booth to be like the heart beating in the middle of the festival, and you all rocked it. So being around so many distinguished people in so many different areas of expertise made me feel inspired, and I hope that we inspired you too. Please look out for communications from Earth to E-Town about events that are going to occur during the summer and during the fall. I'm not going to get into our ideas, but just look out for updates. And sincerely, we are so proud and so honored to have had the opportunity to host you all. Thank you for making Earth Day so awesome in our town and in Lancaster County in general. Now, with that, let's go fix our world together, okay? We look forward to Earth Day 2023. You are wonderful. We should all feel proud about what we did that day. Thank you for your service, and goodbye.